hello, welcome back to the prayer porch. It's been a great morning, a morning full of blessings. I'm a little late getting this out. Some of you don't watch till later in the day anyway, so that'll be okay. Those of you who are my regular morning ones, I'm sorry. It has been a good morning, but it's been a full day already, and it's not even lunchtime. I was excited this morning because I was getting ready to have breakfast with a special friend, and I just enjoyed that time. It was just, God just filled my spirit with fellowship. It was wonderful to reconnect, and it was great, and I appreciate those times. But I thought I'd start and tell you that because there's some other crazy things. Like when I came out, my poor neighbors, their tree fell in the evening, and it was in the road, so I was trying to help them. So all of that has kind of put me back a little bit. But I want to talk about that because sometimes when it comes time for our devotion time, and I've realized that as I've committed to this prayer porch, that there are some mornings where I grab that verse in the morning and I let it sink in my heart. But to sit down, sometimes we have to adjust that. And I'm like, oh God, I didn't forget you. I promise I didn't forget you. I am coming. I got this. I got this. And so I want to share with you that we're normal. That happens. And so I come confessing to you that I am late getting with God today. But it's interesting because his verse today, once again, he just hits it, clicks right onto it, and shazam, there it is. Our verse today comes from James chapter 1, and it's talking about the fact that we can't just talk the word. We can't just read it and walk away. We can't get rushed in our day. I'm going to read it, and that's good. Okay, I did my devotions. I read the verse there. Check. I did what I needed to do for God. Now God says, stop. Saturate me. Take me in. Reflect me. Let me be in you and you in me. It's sort of like we can't be with God on our wedding day and then spend the rest of our life apart from him. That's not how marriage works. Marriage doesn't work where I say I do and then I won't see you ever again. Or I looked at you on our wedding day, we snapped a picture and it's done. No, it's a commitment. It's a relationship. It's ongoing. It's taking it on. And James addresses that with the people here. In James chapter 1 in verse 19, he says, understand this, dear brother. You must be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to get angry. That verse holds a lot in itself. This is, by the way, I'm going before, after, and in between. I'll let you know when I get to the verse of the day if you don't have the Bible app. But when I got to that, I was already, what is it we're supposed to be quick to? We're not supposed to be quick to get into our day or to get into our schedule. We're supposed to be quick to listen. And what's the best thing to listen to first but God himself? God, I'm going to stop what I'm doing right now and listen. I just want to listen to what you have for me. I'm sorry for my rush. Let me just listen. Let me just listen and hear what you have for me. And this is where he hit me this because I rushed back from breakfast and I didn't even think I put on my mowing clothes, and I thought, oh, I gotta film the prayer porch. And then I thought, oh, I really haven't spent time with you today, God. So let me stop what I'm doing and come out on the prayer porch. I read our verse, and by the way, our verse for the day talks about the fact that we don't just listen to God's word, but we must do what it says, which is in 22. So when I flipped back and I saw 19, he stopped me in my tracks just with the words, listen. You must be quick to listen. And then he puts it in context here with when we're quick to listen is when we're quick to react and justify. Be slow to speak, slow to get angry. Listen first. Sit back, assess the situation. Don't rush into a reaction. Be someone who sits back instead of being a reactor. Be an actor. Be one who is proactive. I see this coming, so I'm going to prepare for that. I know I have a busy morning, so I'm going to prepare for that. I know I'm walking into a tense situation and they're going to be mad. So let me prepare for that. How can I comfort them? How can I see this from all perspectives? Yes, I've been attacked this way. My first reaction is to get mad. Stop. Take a minute and sit back. Take in all perspectives and especially take in God's perspective. Give me a minute and let me think on that Let me see what the word would tell me to do with this. And suddenly you'll see that you handle things totally different. It says human anger does not produce righteousness. What God desires, and this was a powerful verse too, God desires to get rid of all the filth and evil that's in your lives and humbly accept the word of God that he has planted in your heart. For it has the power to save your soul. Anger is not going to change anything. It's not going to help anything. It's not going to resolve anything. But, when you put his word in your heart, that does change things. It does solve things. It does resolve things. And then it comes to our verse for the day, verse 22. Don't just listen to God's word, but do what it says. Otherwise, you're just fooling yourself. If you just want to jump up in the morning, I read a verse, check, I did that, you're fooling yourself. That's not saturating yourself in the word of God. That's not bringing him into your life. That's not truly being a follower of Christ. Don't just listen, but do what it says. Apply it. If you're in a hurry and you read that one verse, think while we go to, how can I apply that to my life today? How can I apply that to my life? When I read this morning and it said, don't just listen to the word, but do what it says, I'm starting to think before I went to breakfast, how can I be God in light to everyone I meet today? How can I take what he's given me? How can I digest all that we've learned this week about Caleb and Joshua? How can I be one that will see the positive and not the negative? Lord, let me bring positive things to conversation. Let me do what we're talking about. So many things yesterday. I was also talking to my friend Wendy in Pennsylvania, and when I was talking to her, she was sharing things with me, and it was like God was putting the things back in my head that I had talked about on the prayer porch and saying, see, that was for you, Lori. That was for you. You were thinking you were sharing on the prayer porch, but you were speaking for me so that I could bring it back to you and remind you of these things and carry you through this and bring you to a different level. It's as if you listen to the word and don't obey it, it's like looking at your face in the mirror, seeing yourself, walking away and forgetting what it looks like. I think of this instead of James uses a mirror as an example. I think of it as when you're reading a book. Have you ever been reading a book and then you close it and you think, I can't even remember what I just read because my mind was so many other places? Then you really didn't read it. You need to go back and reread it. That's kind of where it is with that. I take in this verse, but I don't even remember it, then you've not applied it. You've looked in the mirror, but you forget what it looks like. It says, however, there's a but. I love those buts. Sometimes in this case, that but's going to negate the negative. Two negatives make a positive. See, that's the teacher in me. All you math teachers will be proud of me. But if you look carefully into the perfect law that sets us free, and if you do what it says, it's real simple, just do it. Just when you read a verse, ask, how can I apply that to my life today? God, show me how to apply that to me. Not how to apply it to my kids, not how to apply it to my husband or my neighbor or this. How do I apply it to me? How do I apply this to me? I come out here and say, I give this to you on the prayer porch because I want you to have it. I come out here in the prayer porch and say, God, how are you going to saturate this in me? How are you applying this and spreading this in my life so that it's like butter on my toast? It says, if you look carefully into the perfect law that sets you free, and if you do what it says, and don't forget what you heard, then God will bless you for doing it. He'll bless you. How do I get God's blessing, Lori? Very simple. You just read it and apply it. How do I get this washing machine to work? You read the instruction manual and do what it says, and it will wash your clothes. It cracks me up. I love my husband, but he's like, why do you read the whole instruction manual? I'm one of those who reads the whole thing. And I'm like, because you know it did half these things. It does so many more things than what you think it does because you automatically open the box up and you're putting it together. When I got my new mics, he had them all out, put together, and playing with them, and I'm sitting there reading instructions. Because I wanted to know everything that it could do. Read it and apply it. It's as if you claim to be righteous. This one's another one that grabs you. This is a whole nother lesson in itself. If you claim to be righteous, but you don't control your tongue, you're fooling yourself because your religion's worthless. If you can't control this, then your religion's worthless. It says pure and genuine religion in the sight of God the Father means caring for the orphans and widows in their distress. And a lot of people stop there. As a matter of fact, when I read that verse, I was like, okay, that's right. And it dawned on me how we never read that next part, which carries all of the blunt of what he's saying. Because it says, the pure, genuine religion in the sight of God the Father means caring for the orphans and the widows in their distress. And, are you ready for this? Refusing to let the world corrupt you. Lori, you need to refuse to let this world saturate you and take it into who you are. Instead, you need to let God make you who you are. If we start letting God take over us, He is our instruction manual. We'll find things that we can do that we never knew we could do. But if we let the world corrupt us, if we start listening to, this is how you should dress, this is what you should, no, you shouldn't do that in public, you shouldn't talk about God here, we can't pray here, no, you're too religious, you can't do this or that, nah, God can't do that. We suddenly become the 10 spies of Cana that said God couldn't. But if you get into His Word and you don't let the Word corrupt you, then you become Caleb and Joshua. I think it's interesting because I didn't put this together till just now saying this. He says about pure and genuine religion in the sight of God means caring for orphans and widows in their distress. When we're caring for others, caring for orphans and widows in this time period meant that they were commanded by God to take them into their home. So what God is saying is, if you are doing as I told you to do, if you are applying what I have asked you to do, then you won't have time to worry about what the world wants you to do. They won't control your schedule. God will. And when God controls your schedule, you'll be blessed. So, get in the Word. Get in the Word today. Don't just listen to it from me, but get into it and apply it to your life. And we're promised in His Word, specifically in James today, but it's in there 101 times. When we listen to Him, we will be blessed. Have a blessed day. I hope you enjoy this beautiful day here in North Carolina. It's gorgeous today. I love mowing. I love working in my yard, and I can't wait to get to it. But while I'm mowing, I'm going to be thinking. I'm going to be thinking about this Word. I'm going to let it saturate me, and I am going to ask God for more of Him and less of me. Be blessed. Like, share, get it out. It's exciting to hear people message me and say, oh, I heard about the prayer porch from a friend of mine. I actually heard that from breakfast this morning, and it was really fun. And I love you guys. I'm excited to share with you. So keep sharing, keep liking, comment, message me. I love hearing from you. And I'll see you tomorrow on the prayer porch. Love you. Have a great day.